Oh my goodness, I need you to stop whatever you're doing right now because the energy coming through in this reading is absolutely electric, and my hands are literally trembling as I shuffle these cards. Someone is holding on to something so significant, is something so deep that it's been keeping them up at night, and they're standing at the edge of telling you everything, but there's this fear, this nervous energy that's wrapping around their throat like they can barely breathe when they think about finally speaking their truth to you. And before they take that leap, before they finally open up and let these words spill out, there's something happening behind the scenes that you absolutely need to know about. Welcome back to Spiritual Infusion Guidance. This is Opal, and I am so honored to be here with you in this moment. The universe has guided you to this reading for a reason, and I can feel the tingles running up and down my arms because Spirit is saying this message is so incredibly important for you right now. Before we dive into what's really going on in this person's heart and mind, I want to remind you, as always, to only take what resonates with you. If something doesn't feel aligned with your situation, simply leave it behind and take only the messages that speak directly to your soul. Now, are you ready? Because what I'm about to reveal is going to explain so much about the silence, the hesitation, the way they've been acting, and what's really happening in their inner world before they finally find the courage to speak. So let me just tell you, as I was shuffling these cards, asking Spirit to show me what is happening with this person before they come forward with their truth, the energy was so intense, and I had to stop 3 times because I could literally feel their anxiety, their anticipation, their hope, and their fear all mixed together in this overwhelming wave. This person is going through something profound right now, and you need to understand what's happening in their world because it explains everything about why they haven't spoken up yet and what's keeping them in this space of nervous energy. The first card that came flying out of the deck, and I mean it literally jumped out like it couldn't wait to reveal itself, is the Two of Cups. Now listen, when I saw this card, my heart just expanded because this is the card of divine partnership, of mutual connection of two souls, recognizing something sacred in each other. This person sees you as someone incredibly special, and I'm getting goosebumps all over my arms right now because what they want to tell you is connected to deep feelings, to a recognition of partnership and union that goes beyond the surface level. They're not nervous about telling you something trivial or casual. Absolutely not. They're nervous because what they feel for you is real, it's profound, and it matters so deeply to them that the thought of your reaction is consuming their every waking moment. Spirit is showing me that this person lies awake at night rehearsing what they're going to say to you. They play out scenarios in their mind over and over again, imagining your face, your response, the way the conversation might unfold. Sometimes in their imagination, you respond with joy and relief, and everything falls into place beautifully. And other times they see rejection or complications, and their stomach drops with anxiety. This Two of Cups is telling me that they genuinely see a future with you. They see harmony and balance and partnership, but they're terrified that you might not feel the same way, or that the timing might not be right, or that something could go wrong when they finally speak their truth. I'm feeling so emotional right now because I can sense how much they care about you, how much they value what you have or what you could have together. This isn't someone who's playing games or being manipulative with their silence. This is someone who is holding something precious in their hands, and they're afraid of dropping it, afraid of shattering something beautiful before it even has a chance to fully form. The truth they want to tell you is wrapped up in feelings of connection, of wanting to move forward together, of seeing you as their person, their match, their divine counterpart in some significant way. But here's what's so interesting, and this is where the reading gets really deep. The second card that came through is the Nine of Swords. And oh, my heart just aches for this person because this is the card of anxiety, of sleepless nights, of mental torture, and overwhelming worry. This person is literally suffering in silence right now. They're experiencing so much internal turmoil, and it's because they're catastrophizing every possible outcome. Their mind is working overtime, creating worst case scenarios, and they're trapped in this cycle of fear that's keeping them paralyzed. Let me tell you what Spirit is showing me because this is so important for you to understand. This person has convinced themselves that if they tell you the truth, everything could fall apart. They might be thinking that you'll reject them, that you'll think they're too much or not enough, that the timing is wrong, that circumstances are too complicated, that other people will judge or interfere, that they'll lose you completely if they speak up. And so they're stuck in this agonizing holding pattern where staying silent feels safer than risking everything by being honest, but staying silent is also eating them alive from the inside out. I'm seeing that some of you watching this, your person might be dealing with external pressures or situations that are adding to their anxiety. Maybe they're worried about what other people will think or say. Maybe there are logistical complications in their life right now that make them feel like this isn't the perfect moment. Maybe they've been hurt before and they're terrified of being vulnerable again. Maybe they're dealing with their own insecurities and they don't feel worthy of you, or they don't feel like they're in the right place in their life to offer you what you deserve. Whatever it is, this Nine of Swords is showing me that their hesitation isn't about you not being important to them. It's actually the opposite. You're so important to them that the fear of losing you or messing this up is paralyzing them. And I need you to really hear this because it's so easy to interpret someone's silence as indifference or lack of interest, but that's not what's happening here. Their silence is actually a sign of how deeply they care, how much this means to them, how high the stakes feel in their heart and mind. They're overthinking every word, every possible reaction, every detail because this matters more to them than almost anything else in their life right now. The anxiety they're experiencing is directly proportional to how much they value you and what you represent to them. Spirit is also showing me that some of this anxiety comes from them knowing that once they speak this truth, once they put these feelings or intentions out into the world, there's no taking it back. It changes everything. It shifts the dynamic. It puts them in a vulnerable position where they've revealed their heart and they have to wait for your response. And that lack of control terrifies them. They want to tell you so badly, but they're also aware that the moment they do, they're placing their heart in your hands and trusting you with something incredibly precious to them. Now, the third card that came through, and this one gave me chills because it's so incredibly revealing about what's happening right now in this very moment before they speak their truth, is the King of Pentacles. And this is so fascinating because this card is all about stability, security, building something solid and lasting, being practical and grounded and responsible. This person is not just sitting around drowning in their emotions and anxiety, they're actually doing something about it. They're preparing, they're getting their life in order. They're working on themselves and their situation because they want to come to you from a place of strength and stability. Let me break this down for you because this is beautiful and it shows you the depth of their intentions. This person wants to offer you something real and substantial. They're not interested in playing around or having something casual or temporary with you. The King of Pentacles represents someone who is thinking long term, who wants to build an empire, who wants to create security and abundance and a solid foundation. Before they tell you their truth, they're working behind the scenes to make sure they can back up their words with actions, to make sure they're in a position to actually follow through on what they want to offer you. For some of you, this might mean they're literally working on their financial situation, getting their career sorted out, dealing with practical matters in their life that they feel need to be handled before they can fully show up for you the way they want to. For others, this might be more about emotional and mental preparation, about doing the inner work to heal old wounds, to become more stable and secure within themselves, to develop the maturity and groundedness that a real partnership requires. Either way, this King of Pentacles is telling me that they're not rushing into this conversation impulsively. They're being thoughtful and intentional about the timing because they want everything to be right. And this is why they seem nervous, but also why there's this sense of anticipation building. They're getting closer to being ready. They're putting the pieces in place. They're watching and waiting for the right moment when they feel like they can present themselves to you, not just with words and feelings, but with actual evidence of their commitment and their ability to build something lasting with you. This person takes you seriously. They see you as someone worth doing the work for, worth preparing for, worth showing up for in the most genuine and substantial way possible. I'm also picking up that this King of Pentacles energy means they're observing you and the situation very carefully. They're paying attention to signs, to your energy, to whether you seem open and receptive. They're strategic in the best possible way, not manipulative, but simply aware that timing matters and approach matters, and they want to maximize the chances of this going well because it means so much to them. They might be waiting for a moment when you seem relaxed and happy, when there's privacy and space for a real conversation, when external stressors are minimal and you can both really be present with each other. What's really touching my heart right now is how all three of these cards work together to paint such a complete picture of what's happening. You have the Two of Cups showing you the genuine connection and partnership they feel with you, the depth of emotion and the recognition of something special between you. You have the Nine of Swords revealing the intense anxiety and mental struggle they're experiencing as they grapple with fear and worry about how this will unfold. And you have the King of Pentacles showing you that despite the fear, despite the anxiety, they're committed to doing this right, to preparing themselves, to coming to you with something real and solid and worthy of the connection they feel. This person is standing at a threshold right now. They're so close to speaking their truth, and the energy is building like pressure in a container that's about to release. Every day that passes, they're getting a little bit closer, a little bit braver, a little bit more ready. The nervous energy you might be sensing from them if you're in contact, or the distance you might be feeling if you're separated, all of it is connected to this massive thing they're carrying inside that they're preparing to share with you. And I want you to know that when they do finally speak, when they finally find that moment of courage and the words start flowing, it's going to be significant. This isn't going to be a casual conversation or a light confession. This is someone bearing their soul to you, showing you their heart, inviting you into something deeper and more meaningful. The universe is also showing me that your energy and your own openness is part of this equation. While this person is working through their fears and doing their preparation, you have your own role to play in creating the space for this truth to emerge. Not by forcing it or demanding it or making them feel pressured, but simply by being yourself, by staying open, by trusting in divine timing, and by maintaining your own sense of worth and centeredness, regardless of what anyone else does or doesn't say to you. So, my dear, beautiful soul, as we come to the end of this reading, I want you to take a deep breath with me and just feel into everything that's been revealed here today. This person is carrying something so precious, so real, so profound for you. And yes, they're nervous. Yes, they're anxious. Yes, they're taking their time, but it's all because you matter so incredibly much to them. Their hesitation is not rejection. Their silence is not indifference. Their careful preparation is not avoidance. Everything they're doing right now is because they see something extraordinary in you, and they want to honor that by getting this right. I know waiting can be hard. I know uncertainty can be challenging. And I know that when you care about someone and you're not sure where you stand or what's happening, it can create its own kind of anxiety in your own heart. But I'm asking you to trust in the divine timing of all of this. Trust that when this person finally speaks their truth to you, it will be at exactly the right moment, in exactly the right way. Trust that all of this preparation, all of this inner work they're doing, all of this nervous energy is actually creating the foundation for something beautiful and lasting to unfold between you. And remember what I said at the beginning, only take what resonates with you. If this message spoke to your soul, if you felt that recognition in your heart, then trust that spirit brought you here for a reason. But if something didn't feel quite right or didn't align with your situation, simply release it and take only what serves your highest good. I am sending you so much love, so much light, and so much positive energy as you navigate whatever is unfolding in your connection right now. You are worthy of someone who shows up for you fully and authentically. You are deserving of a love that is brave enough to speak its truth. And I have such a strong feeling that beautiful revelations and honest conversations are on the horizon for you very soon. Thank you so much for being here with me today and for trusting me to deliver these messages from Spirit. This is Opal from Spiritual Infusion Guidance, and I'll see you in the next reading. Until then, trust the journey, trust your intuition, and know that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Sending you all my love.